Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm IWN. We are live for Elevation episode 81. It's sitting on the screen before the stream started. I hope everyone is having a good Tuesday afternoon. Thank you for joining me here. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribe, turn on the bell for notifications. You can follow me on Instagram. You can add me on Facebook and Snapchat. Links to all my accounts are in the description below. And I just want to ask a question. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me or no? I just want to make sure. I know everybody is in school right now. School's about to be over though. I mean, there should be some people here. There should be some people in here right now. Especially the people that haven't watched Dark, that haven't listened to commentary on Dark Elevation last night. I hope everyone is having a wonderful way. We're gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and play AEW Dark Elevation episode 81 here on the screen. I'm not gonna waste anyone's time. I do have a couple of news that I'm going to go over with you guys. I got some AEW news coming out of yesterday and coming into today. We're gonna go over all that, some of it. I forgot to list the news in the description, but it's okay. I know what I'm going to say as far as AEW news goes. I know what news to give out that you guys want to hear. And that includes the news on Triple H announcing War Games. I got some news on that, as well as other AEW news that we're going to go over, like I said. Because this is something that the community needs to hear, and it's very, very, very important. Rampage is on November the 18th. Full Gear is on November the 19th. Just to go ahead and give you guys that information, because it just popped up on the screen. So, sounds like Full Gear is going to be something very, very good and very, very special to fans who are just now watching AEW. It's gonna be something, man. It's going to be something. For sure. So there's some news on Nathan Fraser. There's some news on Jake Gargano. There's also some news on Swerve Strickland on WWE side of things. We're going to go over all that. Plus, there is news on Bianca Belair, a huge WWE match for Extreme Rules during Raw this week, and much more. Now, on the AEW side of things, there is some news on Tony Khan, MJF, and Finn Balor. Finn Balor, not AEW, but there's some news on him that relates to MJF. And there is also some news on AEW toning down their ranking system. We're gonna do that as well. I thought I'd guys that news as well. And by the way, AEW Dynamite Grand Slam is also close to hitting 1 million in ticket sales. That is incredible. That's an incredible amount of money. No shit. And there's also some news on AEW Rampage, seeing viewership going up this week. Or from last week actually. Not this week, last week. AEW viewership went up last week. There's some news on that. I'm going to go over that with you guys. As well as news on Layla Gray confirming that she signed with AEW. So there's so much news I got for you guys today. It's not even funny. Especially the news coming out of yesterday and today as well. So If anybody have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and play AEW Dark Elevation episode 81 here on the screen, and I will be right back. I'm going to take a... Here we go with AEW Dark Elevation episode 81, guys.
Magic here in Albany, New York, the capital of the great state of New York. And Matt, we have a heck of a card here tonight. We certainly do.
The opening contest is set ball with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, originally born in Albany, New York.
Hang on, Hassan. I'll answer your question when I come back. I'll be right back. Go ahead and comment your question in the live chat so I can see it. AEW Dark Elevation kicks off with Zack, Clayton versus Conan Lycan. Obviously, Zack Clayton won the match.
Well, what's wrong with Albany? I mean, this is a great place. The fans here are great to line
I'll be back,
up
guys.
get in to see AEW. Zack Clayton, known as the reality on the Jersey Shore. It's a bit of a no.
His opponent already in the ring from Albany, New York, weighing 260 pounds, Conan Lycan.
Well, I've had this one marked down all day. The Battle of Albany here in New York. Two big boys going at it here. Conan, is that his name? Conan Lycan. He's a graduate of the Black and Brave School run by Seth Rollins. So he's got a great pedigree. Former Division I football player. Take a look here. Look at Zack. Look at this guy. He's huge. He is a physical specimen, over 6 feet 2 inches tall. What do you think he's weighing in at? 75? Oh, he's got to be looking chiseled. Oh, yeah, here we go. Take it in. Oh, come on. The reality, flipping the knee, and how do you condone this? I love it. You got to do what you got to do. Wings are hard to come by. I say it all the time. You got to do what you got to do. If that means, bending the rules, that's something. You know what I'm talking about? Well, the reality certainly knows a little bit about that. Defeating Serpentico.
All right, guys, I am back. AEW is kicking off with Zack Clayton versus Conan Lycan.
Just absorbing the crowd, and that's the kind of reaction.
So we got Zack Clayton fucking around with the fans.
Well, that's a good point. I'll tell you, see that close-up shot of Clayton there. Good-looking guy. Ooh.
Lycan slapped the holy shit out of Clayton, but that didn't even faze him. Hello, Andrea. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good Tuesday afternoon. I hope everyone's having a good Tuesday afternoon. I hope everyone's not having a bad Tuesday afternoon. If you're having a bad Tuesday afternoon, then that's a problem. If that's a problem, you got to solve. I mean, if anyone's ever having a terrible Tuesday afternoon, come talk to me, man. I'm here to make your day better, man. In any way I can.
What's this guy's name here?
Andrea, how are you doing? And what are you up to? And what are your plans for today?
Ooh, he's in a bad way. He's in trouble. He's going to have to munch or something up here. Where it's going to be lights out. And this is the kind of thing that's really also getting in the head of Lycan here. That point of the wrist on the cover, using the ropes now just to get that mental edge. How important is that mental edge in such a match? It's everything, right? You use every little advantage. You use every piece at the corner of the ring to your advantage, and that's what Zack Clayton's doing here. Oh, big time knee.
Zack Clayton with a leg drop. That was a good leg drop by Zack Clayton, man. I wonder what they're building up Zack Clayton for.
Thank you. Outer trip into the corner, big back elbow. You don't want to leave too much space there. That's what happened there. Second rope on the inside.
The reality, I'm not sure if that should be his character gimmick because Matty Rakowski has the character gimmick. Miss Reality. I don't know. That's a good idea.
We're rocking and rolling. Elevation. Elevation is the place to be. I'm so happy to make it by Elevation.
Elevation, the place to be. I don't know about that. Elevation has been producing some god awful shows as of late. Their shows have been absolutely boring. I'm not even kidding. Usually, I never shit on their shows, but their shows have been absolutely boring, man. Don't expect this week's episode to be any good. Don't. Because right now, it may start off great now, but later on, as watching the show later on, it's going to get worse. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you why you guys are here. I wouldn't even fucking be here for this shit.
Well done. Roll through. Oh, catches the wrist. It's Clayton.
Yes. I am actually going to be doing a live stream. Yes, I will be live for Grand Slam. Yes, I will. I wonder if Bench Report is going to have it streamed on their website or not. Because if they are, I'm gonna have enough money to buy Grand Slam. That's if. I hope Bench Report streams it, man. I really do. Because if they're not gonna stream it, then there's no chance of me going live for Grand Slam. Because I don't even have TNT or TBS. But somehow I find ways to watch Rampage and Dynamite for some reason. Which is great. Somehow I'm still able to watch both shows. But to answer your question, Andy, yes. I will be live with Grand Slam. It depends. That's if Bench Report streams Grand Slam. If they don't stream Grand Slam, then there's no chance of me being live with the Grand Slam watching. There's no chance. So thank you for asking that question. That was a very, very good question. I love YouTubers that come in the live chat and comment good questions. Good questions that I can easily answer. I love that. So that's a great question you came up there in the live chat. We got Nyla Rose versus Bika. Who the fuck is this?
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Does Becca ring a name to anybody here in the live chat? Because I know that ring name does not sound familiar with me. All these jobbers, man, they got on TV. It's ridiculous, right? I mean, let's be honest. None of them are not even being built, and they're just being wasted on TV, as if Tony Khan doesn't give a shit. It's ridiculous. These AEW shows as of late have been absolutely terrible. I'm not even kidding. Rampage was terrible last week. Last week's episode of Elevation was not all that good at all. Last week's episode of Dark was even worse. I mean, AEW's got to do better, man. They can't be slacking like this. This is ridiculous. And then they got this interim women's tag team champion. I mean, what are we doing here, AEW? What are we doing, Tony Khan? Really? Get it together, man. I see why people are shitting on AEW now. I see why these geeks in the community are shitting on AEW. Some of these fucking matches are not being produced right on Elevation and Dark. You got all these squash matches that nobody has their time and interest in watching. It's a waste of everybody's time, and it's a waste of my time.
20-minute time limit. Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna say we're not gonna use the time limit here tonight. We got
another boring ass squash match. We got Nyla Rose versus Becca. You know this match is gonna be fucking boring to watch. It already is. That's why I'm not even looking at the screen. I'm only looking at the laptop screen. I'm only looking at y'all's comments. I'm not even looking at the fucking TV screen. Shit's gonna be fucking boring. I'm telling you right now while you all are here. Shit's gonna be fucking complete garbage. At first, I enjoyed all these AEW Elevation episodes. Now, not so much. Not so much, man.
It has hundreds of hours of community service. So this
legit.
Is with a huge heart. A huge.
Nyla Rose just slammed Becca in the ring. See, Becca's not even doing shit in the ring. See, why do you gotta have choppers in the ring not doing nothing? Why can we just get real competition matches on AEW Dark and Elevation? Like you've been doing, like you did with Grand Metalik versus Serpentico. Why are we not getting matches like that on Elevation and Dark? I don't get it. It's not making sense. It's like, what are they building all these stars up for? Are they building these stars up for their next feud in AEW, for a next storyline? What? I mean, I don't get it. Tony Khan needs to have a meeting and explain what he's doing with these Dark and Elevation shows, because nobody knows. Nobody understands why all these jobbers are getting fucking wasted. It's simple. That is probably because Tony Khan doesn't give a shit. I mean, he only cares about what he wants. He only cares about his political agenda. Same with Vince McMahon and Bruce. They only care about their political agendas, man. Tony Khan, you guys realize Tony Khan is AEW president for political reasons, right? Same with CM Punk. He was there for political reasons. Same with Adam Page. Same with Britt Baker. Same with Charlotte Flair. She's in WWE for political reasons. All these political shit. I'm tired of hearing the word political. Political this, political that. I wish I could just take the word political and just throw it in the fucking trash can. Seriously. And no more. You won't see no more votes coming from me. I'm not voting no more, dude. I'm tired of this political bullshit, man. I'm tired of it. These politics, man. I'm sick of it. No more. But you won't see no more voting coming from me. No more. My mom will be voting. I'm not. Fuck that.
Albany.
Same thing. I'm ready to move to Colombia. I'm still ready to move to Colombia. I still don't want to live in the United States. I still want out of the United States. You guys thought I still want to stay in the United States? No, I still want out.
When we immigrated here from Moldova. You know me. Yes, you do. My parents created the problem. In Albany, you raised the problem. You are a part of the problem.
Everybody's blaming Albany today. It's not the
Jesus
best.
fucking Christ.
All of you.
No, honey. No, honey. Honey, listen, honey. Your fucking ring skills and your fucking gimmick is the problem. You're fucking terrible in the ring. That's what it is. You were great at first, but now you went from being great to getting fucking worse in the ring.
You don't know.
How worse can you fucking be, honey?
You don't know me. You don't know.
No. We know you, honey. We know how fucking terrible you are in the ring, man. AEW's not using somebody like that on TV. That awful. All she does is judo throws after judo throws. We are getting tired of seeing you do judo throws. Why don't you do new moves in the fucking ring instead of doing judo throws and doing the same finisher that you always do every fucking week?
Wow, on the way. Marina's a proof of problems. Not a big fan of Albany. No.
Yeah, if Roger Strong was in AEW, Marina Shafir would be getting her push. Why do you think Roger Strong is not there? If he wasn't there, she wouldn't be getting a push. She's not getting her push. Roger Strong's not there. If he was there, she'd be getting a push in AEW. He ain't there. So clearly, they're not going to push her until Roger Strong signs with AEW. That's the way I fucking see it. You ain't got no ass, honey. Yeah, for TV.
Coming up next, private party.
Oh, we are. Oh, it's private party. Oh man. Tag team action, my ass. This show sucks. Elevation this week sucks. It's getting worse than last week's. Tony Khan needs to do better. Tony Khan and Creative needs to do better with how they're producing Dark and Elevation. Yeah, same old entrances. Yeah. Starting to get boring, man. It really is. Y'all just don't get it.
What a match that was. A great tag team encounter.
The following contest is a tag team match.
In the me, why did they start making these fucking shows a lot more better?
Marq and Isiah Kassidy.
This show sucks. Awful.
Look at this. What an entrance here. Look at this.
I think it's going to be Moxley. It makes more sense to be Moxley because he's AEW World Champion. It makes sense. It only makes sense for Jon Moxley to unify the titles. So the victory show to Jon Moxley, not Daniel Bryan. Just saying. It's the right move. It's the right creative decision, and it's the right fucking call. It would be the absolute right call, man, to give Jon Moxley the AEW Interim World Championship so he can unify the AEW World Champion and the Interim World Championship. So he can become the AEW Undisputed World Champion. It makes sense. To answer your question, Josh, or Jones, Thank you for your questions, Josh. I just answered it. Do you have another question, Andy? Oh, yes, he does. I didn't even look at the fucking chat. Yes, he does. Daniel is the king. Let's see. Let's pull up his comment here. He says Daniel is the king of Grand Slam. 2 years in a row being the main event and possibly being world champion. No, I think Jon Moxley's winning this one. I mean, it only makes sense. Like I said, Jon Moxley is the AEW world champion right now. It makes sense to unify the AEW world champion and the AEW interim world championship. It makes sense. So he can be the very, very first undisputed AEW world champion. Like I said, it's the right call, the right creative move, and the right decision. Putting that title on Daniel Bryan will be the worst decision ever. I'm sorry. Daniel, I'm not saying Daniel Bryan's garbage. Daniel Bryan's really good in the ring. His character gimmick is great. His skills are great. He's a great technician. He's one of the best in-ring performers in this industry right now. But I just think it would be a terrible decision putting that title on him. It wouldn't make sense. It would make more sense to put it on Jon Moxley since he's AEW World Champion. It makes sense for him. It makes sense for them to unify the titles. Unify the AEW World Championship and the Interim World Championship. They need to be unified. It makes sense. I hope they don't do something pathetic like unify the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships with the AEW Tag Team Championships. That would be fucking that. And you want to talk about a terrible decision? That would be a fucking dumb decision by AEW right there, man. Holy shit, that would be creatively dumb. And then not to mention there's too many fucking titles on AEW. Why do we need the Ring of Honor titles on AEW? They should be on Ring of Honor television. I said this last week. Matter of fact, I think I said this on my SmackDown Rampage watch along last week or review last week. Doesn't make sense. I don't get why these Ring of Honor titles are being showcased and used on fucking AEW television. And they should be showcased and used on Ring of Honor television. When is Ring of Honor coming back? Does anybody in the live chat know? Anybody has sources besides me in the live chat that's talked about Ring of Honor shows and when it's coming back? I gotta know, man. I gotta legitimately fucking know, man. Private Party is taking control of this match, this tag team match against two of these local enhancement talent that we do not know, that I don't recognize.
There it is. Here comes Isiah.
Marq Quen just tagged in Isiah Kassidy. Isiah Kassidy is red hot. Oh, both of them are. Both Isiah Kassidy and this local enhancement talent in the ring are both red hot in the ring. They are on fire. They're giving us some. Whoa! Wow! That was a good sell by Isiah Kassidy, man. He sold that move. Great. Awesome, man. He sold that move like a big man.
Trying to get out of this rock bottom. Great arm drag. I appreciate that you called it the rock bottom.
So right now it's Private Party. Right now on my screen we got Private Party versus Aggro and Danger Kid. So those are the two local enhancement talent names in this match. Aggro and Danger Kid. Does those names ring a bell to anybody in the live chat? Don't ring a bell to me. I don't even know these guys. Private Party just did their tag team finisher for the 1, 2, 3.
Winners of this match.
It's over, man. Another waste of my time watching. Another waste. I'm not gonna lie though, this 2-on-2 tag match was better than all the other matches on this week's episode of Elevation. I will give them that. So that's always something good to go for.
Private Party is certainly a team to be reckoned with in the AEW.
Yeah, and they should already be AEW Tag Team Champions. I don't know why. I don't know how you would not put the fucking AEW tag team titles on the Private Party. They are a really good fucking solid team. That's just the same thing I said about the Varsity Blondes. How can you not fucking put the AEW titles on the Varsity Blondes, man? They got some great tag teams in that division. If they use them on TV right and book them in the right matches. Stop giving them these fucking god-awful fucking matches. Just stop giving them less television time and give them more television time. Oh, here comes, speaking of one of my favorites, here comes Skye Blue. She's gonna do that tongue thing. Yeah, she's doing that tongue thing because she's sexy. She knows it.
The following contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time.
I bet Skye Blue looking in the mirror saying I'm sexy and I know it.
Illinois, Skye Blue.
I think she got that tongue out. Oh, she's giving her a she just winked her eyes, man. She did this to the fans. Carreras! Ooh, sí, usa! Ooh, yo digo! I'm just joking. I'm just playing, man. Let me stop. Puerto Rico! Ooh!
Claire is definitely one to watch here in professional wrestling.
Dorada! Tortilla! No, seriously, let me cut the shit, man. Seriously.
In Chicago, picked up a win against
Diamante! Ooh! Sounds like a Spanish first name. It actually is, though. Nationality.
Skye Blue curling out of the way. Off the ropes. Fancy here. Looking for the hip toss. No, rolls her through. Cartwheel. Delivers in the basement with a kick. Big time.
She went from a cartwheel to a basement drop kick. Skye Blue is really good in the ring, man. I think she's going to be a future AEW Women's Champion in the near future, man. I could see her being the next AEW Women's Champion.
Are we trying to win the match or not? You got a point. We're doing arm ringer over here.
I'd say the best things on this show, you know what? I'm going to save it for the end. I'm not even going to say it.
Oh, look at this. She's ambidextrous with those chops.
Dude, are you guys hyped for the AEW Fight Forever video game? Who's ready for that? Who's ready to get their hands on that? I know I am. Holy shit, I'm ready to get my hands on that shit.
Well, hey, let's kick her in the back of the head, get a cover. That's one way to do it. How do you say that? The insecurity.
My prediction is that Skye Blue will be the next AEW Women's Champion in the future.
I appreciate your research. You clearly knew that was an option. Oh, I know my Skye Blue. Here we go. Get a cover. Come on, ladies.
Come on, ladies. Ladies.
Days away from Grand. We'll crown a new world champion. Jawbreaker right there. And that allows some back and forth action here. Chica Carreras putting on the break.
Chica Carreras. Ooh, another super kick by Skye Blue. Except for it wasn't no basement drop kick. It was just a super kick. Just a normal, typical super kick you see in the ring. Oh, what is this? What is this?
Hercules. Hercules doing this. Oh! Place her down. Cover 2.
Is that a new finisher? Skye Blue got a new finisher?
Here's your winner, Skye Blue.
And that is the Skye Ball from Skye Blue.
Oh, there's a little girl at ringside that's a fan of her. Damn, that little girl looks just like Skye Blue. That might be Skye Blue's daughter. Who knows? Might be her younger sister. At ringside in the crowd.
Skye Blue picking up a huge win with the Skye Ball.
Skye Blue looking at the she's too busy looking at the camera because she's wondering what the guys in camera are gonna do. She's too busy looking at that camera. The referee tried to get her hand. She couldn't get on. She couldn't get her fucking eyes off that camera, man. They're showing a video package of Full Gear again. They showed it in the beginning. Now they're showing it in the middle of Elevation. Dude, Full Gear is gonna be great. I can't see how anybody can't say that Full Gear is gonna be great, man. If you don't think this pay-per-view Full Gear is gonna be great this year, you gotta be a fucking idiot. You gotta be a complete fucking asshole if you don't think that Full Gear is gonna be great this year. Now I'm talking about those freaking geeks in the community, man. Those you know, those versions.
Was one of the most charismatic stars. Rarely seen.
A
little bit of gold around his waist.
Who is this?
I love it.
Dalton Castle. Anybody ever heard of that guy? Who is Dalton Castle? What title is that?
Introducing first, at a combined weight of 583 pounds, they are your Ring of Honor 6-man World Tag Team Champions, the Boys and Dalton.
More Ring of Honor titles being brought to AEW television. See what I was talking about earlier, guys? I don't even know who the fuck these guys are.
We're becoming fast friends, Daddy Magic. You know what? I feel it. I feel it, Ian.
Dasha trying to get out the way because the camera's shining on her.
And boys, there's boys everywhere. I love it. A lot of boys. Former Ring of Honor World Champion, current 6.
This is kind of cringe. Just looking at this.
What are we doing here? Oh, this is the best part. This is the best part. Oh.
Yeah, that's a cringe part. Great. Yeah. Cringe part on my television, right? It's gotta be cringe. That's not what you want on television. Cringe professional wrestlers. That's not the type of professional wrestlers you want on your television.
Omar.
Non-title affair tonight, Matt.
Oh yeah, Boujii, Rick. What the fuck? I don't even know these. I don't get it.
Old school. Dalton Castle certainly earned that.
It says Boujii, Rick, Recon, and Omar.
This guy getting annoying here. Dalton Castle there. We got Recon.
So we got new tag teams in the division.
Very nice, very nice. I don't know about this. What do we got there? Tips in the hair there. And a single leg takedown. And Dalton Castle is a very accomplished amateur wrestler, and that's the style. You know, don't let the pizzazz.
Oh, Dalton Castle is an amateur wrestler with an amateur background.
Swing and a miss. Dalton Castle. I have to do that, Johl.
Well, I can see.
But sometimes an elbow will slow you down as he drops.
I can see Dalton Castle being a singles competitor in AEW. I can also see his boys being the new tag team. I can see his boys being the newest tag team to the AEW tag team division. I'm guessing they're new additions now to the AEW tag team division. And Dalton Castle is the new addition to the men's singles division. So Dalton Castle is the new addition to the men's singles division, and his buddies are the newest addition to the tag team division. The way I'm looking at it. I don't know what you guys think.
Oh, was there a tag? What are we doing? Come on,
man, these guys are pretty good, man. Dalton Castle's boys, they're not bad at all.
And I got Excalibur, Tony Schiavone on the right. You put me in the right. I don't like it.
Like Tony Schiavone on the right. You really do that guy sounds like he's fucking Australian, doesn't he? That fat slob man Menard, man, on commentary. I don't say that to pick on him. I say that to be fucking funny, man. For entertainment. Entertainment wise.
Just a 2 count there. I love it. We talk about Ring of Honor, the 6-man champs. Dalton Castle and the boys, 2-time champions. What happened? You cut the ring off. Big boy's in here. Is this Omar? Is this Omar? And there's
Omar with a power slam.
Dalton and the boys won those titles.
He only did a power slam, and that's it.
A tremendous success for the Ring of Honor brand. Boy, we're going to roll through for the tag here.
He only did a fucking power slam, and that's it, man.
And the former world champ, former TV champ.
Like that was going to take them down. Give me a fucking break. This show is such a fucking complete joke. I can't wait for the main event, man. I bet you the main event's going to be better than all the other matches on Elevation.
He just yelled, "Give me a boy!" Well, there's one for Omar. Wow. Just throwing them around here. And this is Brandon.
Don Castle is just throwing them to these guys.
It's like, oh, can I get one? Oh, red side, just standing there. How do you do?
If you got any more questions, comment them in the live chat.
Wow, I'm excited just watching this. Shoulder tackle. Let's finish it up, boys.
And and everybody in the live chat, you guys can communicate with each other if you want to, man. Don't be afraid to communicate with each other in the live chat. That's what I want. That draws more audience in the live chat as well. Especially inviting more people to the live chat, and sharing my watch-alongs and reviews to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and even Snapchat.
Very impressive. Great win in a non-title affair.
Various social media platforms, man.
Take a look at the replay of the bang around.
Make sure you share this watch-along to Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and YouTube, and Twitter. That would be great. I'd be greatly appreciated. Dalton Castle and his boys won their debut match on AEW Dark Elevation. That's not the only debut that happened on AEW Dark Elevation. We got the debut of Grand Metal League, known as Mascara, Dorada. We got Johl versus Frankie Kazarian. Man, we haven't seen Frankie Kazarian on TV for like 2 weeks. Mean tell me he's being used again? Frank Kazarian, another guy that hasn't gotten more TV time. Another guy that's got less TV time. When are guys like Frank Kazarian, Ethan Page, and Brian Cage going to get more TV? And Lance Archer. You notice Lance Archer hasn't been on AWE. Even Lance Archer has gotten less TV time. I don't know what's going on, man. Sounds to me like Tony Khan's forgetting about these guys. That's what happens when you have an overloaded, stacked AEW men's and women's roster, man. Too much talent means too much titles. And it means too much factions, too, in AEW. I don't know how Tony Khan is operating this roster.
I don't, not at all. Looks tremendous, Johl, with a huge test in front here today. Oh yeah! Woo. Fucking do the dancer.
Nasha
looks like she's impressed with him.
And his opponent, from Yucca Valley, California, weighing 216 pounds, Frankie Kazarian.
This place coming alive tonight for Frankie Kazarian.
Frankie Kazarian is getting over the crowd really well, man. He does anyway.
Skye certainly was, and a career he has had, and it is just getting even better every year.
Yeah, speaking of Scorpio Skye, where the fuck is he? Even he is getting less TV time. Well, that's what I'm talking about, man.
Oh, God. Look at the striations. I love it. ROH Tag Team Champion, AEW Tag Team Champion, a history maker wherever he goes. And he is looking phenomenal right now. Here we go. Battle for physique. Right. We had the battle for Albany earlier. This is the battle of jacked men. One-on-one. Elevation. This is the place to be if you like guys who are chiseled. Monday night. Me, you, and the two men in the ring, right, Matt? Here we go. Monday night. The only wrestling that matters. I'll tell you right now, Ian. How do you like that? Woo! Nice job there. I'm new here, or else I would go even further. There you go. So I don't want to take anything away. Irish whip, ducks the right. It's Kazarian, springboard, back elbow. Right in the face.
Oh, they got a new commentator.
Absolutely. You know,
AEW Dark Elevation has a new commentator.
In the east side of Montreal.
Great. One of more reasons for me to believe that this show is going to be even more boring. Great. You gotta have the right commentator, man. That sounds great. I'm not sure about that new commentator. I'm not sure. His accent, man, I kind of doubt.
Oh, look out right there! Guillotine leg drop. I love it. Classic Frankie Kazarian. Hooks the leg. One count from referee Rick. Come on.
Yeah, Frankie Kazarian has always been known for doing leg drops. That is no surprise to me, and should be no surprise to anybody watching this stream. Anybody watching this watch along, listening to the action and commentary.
Irish whip, Johl counters. Up and over.
Up and over. Frankie Kazarian.
Ducks the back elbow, catches the wrist. Great move by Kazarian. Great defense.
Whoa!
Johl, look at that power.
Look at the power of Johl. Dude, He just did a new version of the FU, the attitude adjustment.
A little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. What do you do when he takes the advantage of the big?
That's what they used to call it in WWE when John Cena was in the attitude era. Now they call it the attitude adjustment.
Jora, the strength coming back into play. Look at it, just doing whatever he wants with him right now. Look at that control. Take a look at those eyes. Woo, classic wrestler pose right there. I love it.
That was a good suplex from Johl.
Wow, WBF kick to the midsection.
Makes me wonder.
He's got him in trouble here.
It makes me wonder. Jora is from India and Jinder Mahal's from India. I wonder if Jora is inspired by Jinder Mahal. I wonder if Jinder Mahal trained him. Makes me wonder. Whoa, what a good super kick from Jora. Something Jinder Mahal would never do in the fucking ring.
Jora. Oh, great backbreaker. Big time backbreaker. 2. That requires.
Oh, that just angered Jora. The fact that Frankie Kazarian kicked out.
You hurt the back. Get to it. Gotta start punishing that back here.
That just made him fucking mad.
The years on that back have created an opening for Johl here.
I think Jora's getting ready to do his finisher.
Frankie's gonna make you pay for it. Nobody home on
the bro kick.
It's Kazarian.
He missed the bro kick, man. Frankie Kazarian dodged the bro kick. Oh, look at that. A rolly spinning kick, man, from Frankie Kazarian.
Irish whip reverse this time.
Irish whip. Oh.
Caught with a flying core. Frankie is
on fire, man. He's building momentum in the match. Typical. Something every WWE and every AEW talent does on TV.
Chicken wing to Bob Backlund. Oh, catches the legs.
Bob Backlund. Yeah.
Or here, little reversal. Standing switch now into the ropes. So Connor roll.
Are they really mentioning Bob Backlund for WWE?
Catches Jora and has a trap. There it is. Chicken wing.
Oh, the chicken wing submission for Frankie Kazarian. The chicken wing face lock. That's what I call it, the chicken wing face lock submission.
Got him in that chicken wing, no doubt about it. He wasn't going anywhere. No place to go. Kazarian looking absolutely chiseled in his victory here tonight. Frankie Kazarian back on a roll here in AEW. Very impressive. It's a match to bear as Mascara Dorada takes on Serpentico, accompanied by Lycan.
We got Serpentico versus Dorada. It's the debut of Dorada, folks. Oh, there's that new Halloween movie. It's got Michael Myers and his supposed mother in it.
Halloween season.
Oh, we're going to get that entrance theme music that we wanted. Here we go. This is what we wanted, folks. This is what we wanted to hear, right?
The following contest is set brawl with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, accompanied by Luther.
Serpentico and Luther are getting over the crowd, man. They really are.
175 pounds. Serpentico.
Look at a lot of these glasses on Luther. Look at these. Where did he get these? I'd almost rather not. Truck stop. Chaos Project. Very impressive, but whose house? Sir's house. Whoa, yeah, baby.
We got the debut of Dorada in AEW Dark Elevation.
Two high flyers.
I was told that last night, folks, by my sources. All right, only source anyway.
185 pounds, Mascara, Dorada.
A man is becoming a true staple on New Japan Strong, which you can watch every Saturday night at 8 p.m. at jpwworld.com. I'm the English voice over there, Matt, and it has been an honor and a privilege to call matches with this.
We're about to get some Lucha Underground wrestling, man, on these luchadors. Serpentico is a luchador himself.
And I think I'm rooting for him. Look at him, blue mask. Great. Well, he's a great guy to root for. We've seen his rise here in AEW, but Mascara Dorada is on a different level. With all due respect to Serpentico. No way, man. Travels the world. Serp all the way. Recently engaged in a breathtaking feud with TJP in New Japan. Attaboy, Serp. Oh, kick to the midsection. Right in the gut. How do you like that? You love it. I don't particularly care for it, but you love it, Daddy Magic.
Matt Minogue's getting better on commentary. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And look at Mascara Dorada, the speed. What do you call that? A reverse swing blade there.
Well,
Yeah, and here's the king of
can't call him Fat Slob anymore. He's getting better on commentary.
From the second rope on the inside.
Seems like he is.
Hooks the leg. 1, 2. I appreciate the cover. I'll tell that right now. Nice tight cover. I love a good tight cover. Tight cover. Mascara Dorada.
Tight cover. Tight. Oh.
The people. Come on, sir. Fireman scary position. There we go.
Oh, look at a punch to the face, man.
Hit him
By
again.
Serpentico, man. Oh my goodness.
Serpentico slows down. Mascara Dorada.
Oh, look at it. Look at him. Look at him.
That's what we're looking for. Off the ropes, full head of steam through the leg.
Whoa.
Oh boy. Outside, he moonsault to the outside.
Whoa, what a fantastic moonsault to the outside. This may very well be the only match, the only best match on Elevation that I've ever watched. Very well.
I mean, look, let's not talk about it.
Serpentico's gonna dodge his Dorado's signature.
Pretty phenomenal! Wow! He was floating! Boy. The leg! 2!
And Serpentico kicks out.
There! Attaboy, Serp! Yeah. Put your head, Luther. Luther thought of that, eh? The guts. You know the punishment he gives Serp? Oh, goodness, I can't even imagine. This is all Luther. Front face lock here, Dorada. Up and over goes Serpentico. Looking for a roll-up, rolls through. Oh! Kick, gotta capitalize here. Oh! Well done, cover him. Complete shot. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Ooh, 2 count there.
And Dorada kicks out again.
This has been back and forth. A great shot for both men. Serpentico looking to go to the top here. Finish him off. And he can fly too, Daddy Magic. Certainly can. Luther telling him to go to the top.
Yep, and Dorada is going to dodge
Come on, man.
his finisher. Watch. He's going to dodge it. Probably going to have the knees up, too.
Getting the people. I don't hate that.
Oh, he dodged it. Look, told you. I was right.
Big super kick there. What's he looking for here? Fireman's carry. Oh, airplane spin. Plants him down. 2. Got him. Woo.
Good match between Serpentico and Grand Metal League. Yep. This may very well be This may very well be the only interesting match on this show so far. Elevation. This is the type of matches we need to be getting on Dark and Elevation. Not those freaking squash matches.
He crushed him. Absolutely crushed him. Airplane spin, Dorada driver. Keeps the line.
That was a really, really good Dorada driver, man. Very, very good and awesome, man.
What a victory for.
I wonder what we're getting next.
I hope we see more of him here on AEW Dark Elevation.
Let's wait and see. Oh, we got the main event. We got the Butcher and the Blade versus Liam Davis and Mike Anthony. Who is Liam Davis and Mike Anthony? Those names don't ring a bell to me. Don't sound familiar. What the hell?
Well, this resume is getting seen. Just not.
I don't know what kind of scary movie that was. Oh my goodness. The Blade Butcher and the Blade. Blade and Butcher and the Blade. Butcher and the Blade getting over the crowd again.
Your Elevation main event is a tag team match set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first at a combined weight of 501 and the Blade.
They didn't even give those other guys an entrance. Jesus Christ. I would have gave those other guys an entrance if that was the case. For the main event.
What do we got here?
And their opponents are in the ring, the team of Liam Davis.
Making their AEW tag team debut. Liam Gray and Mike Anthony.
I would pray. I would third. I'd walk the other way. Who knows, man? Look at this guy. Nasty individual.
Look at him. Look at him.
Shot there from the corner cam. And
The Butcher is already on Mike Anthony, just based on his size.
Just like the Butcher, but I mean, you don't want to run into him.
Butcher's. It sounds to me like Butcher's ready to get this match over with more than Blade is.
This guy, Mike Anthony. This is Liam Davis.
Mike Anthony fighting back. Butcher, oh my God. Butcher took advantage of Mike Anthony's punches.
There you go, Butcher, right on the ass.
Right on, did he just say right on the ass? Right on the ass. Oh man, he said right in the ass. Sound like he's from Australia, man, with that shit. Oh man, that was funny.
It's the major leagues of professional wrestling. You could almost say this is where the big boys.
Oh man.
Mike Anthony, forearm there. Huh. What are we doing here, boys? He rock, paper, scissors before he went for the forearm.
Dude, he is punching and chopping Blade, and it's not doing any good. Blade is just sitting there like a stiff-built person, man, taking the damage.
Mike Anthony delivered. The Blade, it just took one clothesline. Just needed one like a pro. Front face lock here. Ooh, classic suplex.
Classic suplex from Blade.
Get 6 for 1 on your strength. The jaw on the Blade. Real impressive. Off the ropes, Mike Anthony in trouble. Ducks the double clothesline. Oh, double headbutt. What a headbutt? Yeah.
Wow, double headbutt? Oh man, I know that's gotta hurt.
Davis down. Wow. Up yours, Davis. 4 hands across the chest. I love it. Boujii's losing all control.
They're both stomping on both Mike and Liam in separate corners.
I don't envy him. Yeah. I love it. I'm supposed to be impartial, but get got up over here. Well, what did you and Mr. Parker face these two hulking behemoths?
Ooh, what a clothesline from Butcher. You know they're gonna kick out. Oh, Mike Anthony breaks up the pin.
Speaking of upcoming matches, a huge main event this Wednesday night, 8 p.m. TBS The Place. Oh, it is a big one. Gonna crown a brand new AEW World Champion. New champion. You're not gonna want to miss it.
Butcher and the Blade seemingly getting they're seemingly getting a babyface push in AEW. I don't know who they're going to be feuding with. I have no idea who they're going to be feuding with. Whoa!
Cover 2, 3.
What a double team finisher from Butcher and the Blade, man. These guys have been impressive, man.
2 weeks in a row. We're going to fight the rope. 2 weeks in a row. Could not be more impressed with the Butcher and the Blade. Let's take a look.
I could not be more surprised than what I just saw. Wow. Wow, man. Wow, man. That's a thumbs up for me, man. No thumbs down.
New York and the Blade victorious fans join us Wednesday night for Grand Slam.
All right, guys, that is the end of that. Well, now we go from that, moving on to the WWE and AEW news coming out of yesterday and today. I'm gonna pull on some music while I'm going over the news with you guys. The only best match on this week's episode of Elevation was Serpentico versus Dorada. That was a really good match. Oh, and not to mention, the Butcher and the Blade had a great showing on Elevation and Sky Blue. So, Serpentico, Dorada, Sky Blue, Butcher and the Blade were the best things on this week's episode of Elevation. Other than that, Elevation was absolutely fucking boring to watch. Absolutely awful. They need to do better with Elevation and Dark. The shows are becoming a bore fest. Complete bore fest. No shit. Anyways. All right, folks. We're going to start with the WWE news coming out of yesterday and coming into today. All right. So, we are going to start by going over the news on WWE booking a tag team match and more for Raw next week. I thought you guys wanted to know, since Raw this week's absolutely decent and great. was a good episode. I read the results. Probably the only best things on there were Seth Rollins, Matt Riddle, Johnny Gargano, and Kevin Owens, more than likely. That's just me. And Austin Theory, that's just me. So it says here that Edition Raw from the SAP Center in San Jose, California. Bobby Lashley successfully retained his United States Championship in a fun opener against Seth Rollins. The company booked several matches for Raw as well. They booked several matches for Raw next week. Kevin Owens took on Austin Theory last night. Johnny Gargano distracted Mr. Money in the Bank, allowing Owens to pick up the win. Johnny Wrestling was confronted backstage by the Alpha Academy. Shoo-shoo! Something Chad Gable says. That's his gimmick, I guess. Owens showed up leveled. He showed up and leveled the odds. KO and Gargano will team up against Otis and Chad Gable next week. Plus, Matt Riddle will square off against Damian Priest on Raw next week. The original Bro teamed up with Rey Mysterio against Finn Balor and Priest, but failed to get the win. The two will be in action when Raw returns to Alberta, Canada next week. Canada is Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens' hometown. And Natalia's hometown as well. Even Aaliyah. That terrible Aaliyah, it's her hometown. So what's booked for Monday next week? We got Kevin Owens and Johnny Gargano versus the Alpha Academy. Matt Riddle versus Damian Priest. Those are the matches booked for next week's episode. What is y'all's tennis story? Let me know in the live chats right now, please. Now, moving on to the next news on WWE booking a huge match for Extreme Rules. So Matt Riddle may have failed to defeat Seth Rollins at Clash of the Castles. It says that doesn't mean he's done with the Visionary. Riddle was on Raw last night and he finally got his rematch. So pretty much the original Bro interfered during Rollins' matchup for the United States Championship and against Bobby Lashley, allowing Big Bob to pick up the win. Rollins was having none of that, and he cost Riddle his tag team match against the Judgment Day. The two superstars tried to tear each other apart backstage, but security broke up the altercation. Rollins sent Riddle to name him time and place for a rematch. Riddle responded with Extreme Rollins and Fight Pit. The night also ended up with Bayley Damage Control laying a huge beatdown on the babyfaces. This was a time for Bayley to shine as she made it. She wants Belair's title. So it's not confirmed yet whether we're getting Bayley versus Belair for the Raw Women's Championship or not. We could be getting it for Extreme. We could be getting that match as well as Skye and Dakota Kai defending their WWE Tag Team titles against Shotzi and Raquel for Extreme Rules. We don't know. We'll have to find out the weeks going into Extreme Rules. I think we'll find out before Extreme Rules. That's what I think. So Rollins and Riddle will collide inside a Fight Pit Extreme Rules premium live event in Philadelphia on October the 18th. The Roman's title match wasn't made official as this writing. See, I just said that it's not clear whether we're going to get Bayley and Belair or not. We are. We are. You might as well say we are. Might as well. It only makes sense, man. Since it's made clear that Dakota Kai and Skye will defend their WWE Women's Tag Team titles against Raquel and Shotzi Blackheart, it only makes sense for Bayley to defend her Raw Women's Championship against Bianca Belair to retain over Bianca Belair, and for Skye and Dakota Kai to retain over Smiling Raquel and Shotzi Blackheart. So this is so far for Extreme Rules. I'm gonna get my Extreme Rules thumbnail and background done tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and get the AEW Dark watch along schedule. I'm going to get my AEW Dark thumbnail and backgrounds started and finished. So this is the card for Extreme Rules so far that has taken place in Philadelphia on October the 8th. And I will be live for Extreme Rules, so make sure your notifications are turned on. I will also be live for Grandstand Slam if Bitch Report streams it on their website. I hope it's a pay-per-view and not a fucking show. Because if it's a pay-per-view, if it's a show, I ain't gonna buy it. If it's a pay-per-view, I'm gonna buy it. Plain and simple. I'm not gonna go live for it if it's a fucking show, man. I want the Grand Slam to be a pay-per-view, man. Seriously. So anyways, the card for Extreme Rules next month, which will be October the 8th, 2022, is Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey. That's an Extreme Rules match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Then we got Matt Riddle versus Seth Rollins, fight pin. So those are the two matches booked for Extreme Rules so far. What is y'all's take on this story? This is different from the story that I just gave y'all. So let me know in the comments below. And let me know in the live chat what the matches you think is going to be booked. I just said the two other matches that I think will be booked. Bayley versus Belair for the Raw Women's Championship. Skye and Dakota Kai defend their women's tag team titles against Raquel Gonzalez and Shotzi Blackheart. Those are two other matches I think will be more than likely on the Extreme Rules card. JD or nobody else hasn't said this yet. I'm the first person that has fucking said this. I don't give a fuck what anybody negative has to fucking say about it. So, Trish Stratus, I thought I'd get this news out because I know there's some Trish Stratus stains and fans in the community that probably want to hear about this one because this one seems important. So there's some news on Trish Stratus and her surgery. So Trish Stratus is considered one of the most important female WWE superstars in the history of the company. She paved the way for the current generation of female professional wrestlers all around the world as well. The WWE legend recently revealed that her appendix was about to burst and that she underwent surgery, emergency surgery. Stratus took to social media and provided an update on her health. Stratus stated that she is feeling much better after the surgery. She says, and I quote, "I just wanted to hop on here and say thank you for all the messages. I did not expect such an outpour of support and well wishes. It really means a lot, and I'm sorry if I worried you. I was just a crazy occurrence. It was just a crazy occurrence. The takeaway is to listen to your body, and thankfully I did. I'm trying to listen to my body now during the healing process. I need to do numerous things when I'm a post-surgery person right now. So I'm listening to my body and trying to slow down and take the time to recover. But everything's okay. Honestly, doing really well. I think a lot of recovery is mind over matter." End quote. So, Ringside's are glad that Trish Stratus was able to have successful surgery before a disaster struck. And I can tell you right now, I'm glad that Trish Stratus is well and healthy. And you guys should be glad too, especially if you're Stratus wrestling. So, I guess we'll have to see what's in store for her. I've seen photos of Trish Stratus and Britt Baker. So, my guess is that Trish Stratus will appear on AEW and will be feuding going into the women's division. I'm not sure it's a good idea or not. I said that because I've seen photos of Trish Stratus and Britt Baker. I've seen a photo post of them trending on Instagram. And it got a lot of freaking likes and a lot of views. Would anybody like to see Trish Stratus versus Britt Baker? Let me know in the live chats. My answer is no. My answer is no. She's retired. She doesn't need to be wrestling anymore. She has done enough in her days as a professional wrestler. We don't need to be bringing old diva Hall of Fames to AEW or WWE. We don't need that. Tony Khan and Triple H needs to stay doing the right thing instead of doing the wrong things, making the wrong, terrible decisions. So Bianca Belair reviewed what Triple H expected, or what he expects for her. So Belair began her career as a part of the Mae Young Classic tournament before she made a mark in NXT. Belair became a top star in NXT, was then called up to the main roster, but her pandemic debut was something that initially worried her. So Triple H made the head of the creative, and this was seen as a much-needed move by many. Fans were happy about this decision. Well, fans like the Bianca Belair fans and Stains. I don't know about the people that weren't fans of Bianca Belair. They seemingly weren't against it. So, while speaking on the Blake podcast, Bianca Belair talked about what Triple H expects from her now that she is the Raw Women's Champion. It says here, and I quote, this is what Bianca Belair said, and I quote, "I think that he expects of me the same thing that he expected of me in NXT. And that's just to go out there and be Bianca Belair, be the EST every time I step in the ring. He expects for me to be the strongest, the fastest, the roughest, the toughest, the quickest, the greatest, the best. Now that I'm champion, he expects me to go out there and still be the face of the company and just go out there and out on great shows for our fans and put smiles on our fans' faces." End quote. So the EST of WWE is currently involved in a storyline with Damage Control, led by Bayley, as well as Raquel Rodriguez and Shotzi Blackheart. So we'll have to see how their feud will develop in the coming weeks. Either we are getting Bianca Belair, Raquel Rodriguez, Shotzi Blackheart versus Bayley, Io Skye, and Dakota Kai, or we could be getting Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Bianca Belair, Shotzi, and Raquel versus Bayley, Io Skye, Dakota Kai, and the returns of Sasha Banks and Naomi. I wouldn't be surprised if Sasha Banks and Naomi returns and turns heel. I think that would be the right move, to have Sasha Banks and Naomi turn heel. I agree. Even JD said this. I absolutely agree with him on this. I think it'd be the right decision, the right call, and the right move to do so. To see how their feud will develop in the coming weeks. But I think it'll be a 5-on-5 women's match coming War Games, because Triple H announced War Games yesterday. So it's great. You love to see it. You really do. So speaking of War Games, there might be some news on that. Let me check and see. Yes, Triple H. There's some news on Triple H confirming War Games is coming to WWE Survivor Series. He announced it yesterday, so we're going to go over that. It says here that Triple H took over WWE, so he is going to run things his way. Oh, of course he is. Better than Vince McMahon. It was better when Triple H was there. It was better when he was in charge of NXT. It's better. It's going to be even better when he's in charge of Raw, SmackDown, and NXT as chairman. WWE's November Classic is set to see a couple of matches that Triple H has pitched for years. The game brought War Games to NXT because Vince McMahon hated the Southern Friend Raistlin idea behind the match. Now, Triple H is calling the shots in a big way. Brad Shepard exclusively reported that WWE is bringing back War Games. It didn't take Triple H very long at all to confirm this, as he appeared on the Ringer and let everyone know his plan. He says, and I quote, "We'll have a men's War Games match and a women's War Games match. The tradition of the Survivor Series has ebbed and flowed and changed slightly over time. This will be similar to that. Triple H said this will not be Raw versus SmackDown. It will be much more storyline driven. I still look at it as a traditional companion to Survivor Series, and there it's large teams of people competing. We just upped the ante a little bit with War Games and made it evolve. End quote. So Survivor Series will go down on Saturday, November the 26th at the TD Garden in Boston. Obviously, being a big pay-per-view, this was already a big event. Now fans might make Survivor Series a destination event to see Triple H's version of War Games on WWE's big stage. Guys, I'm actually going to schedule Survivor Series for next month. I'm going to try to do it maybe this weekend. I don't know. I'm going to be streaming some games for this weekend, so I may try to do it this weekend or next week. I may try to do it early. So that way I'll have it scheduled already. That way I don't have to worry about it. So, what is y'all's take on Triple H bringing War Games to WWE? Let me know. Please. I would happily appreciate it. Now that we got that news out the way. Now that we've legitimately got that fucking important news out the way, man. Now, it is time that I go over the news on Nathan Frazier. But first, we're going to go over the news on WWE hiring for several high-ranking positions. This is something important. You guys got to know this. This is important for me, for JD, and everybody else to know this shit. So it says here that Triple H took over as the head of creative after Vince McMahon stepped down. We know that. After that, things have truly changed for the better company, but there have been some layoffs as well. Well, Triple H has actually took 2 L's. Number one, by bringing Strowman back, which was one of the worst decisions ever. One of the worst creative decisions ever. And calling up Solo Sikoa to the main roster to send him back to NXT to win the North American Championship over Carmelo Hayes, when clearly it should have been the opposite. It should have been Carmelo Hayes losing to Solo Sikoa, for Solo Sikoa to become the NXT North American Championship, and Solo Sikoa becoming the face of NXT, so that Carmelo Hayes can get called up to the main roster and be built up as the next, or be built up as the official leader, as the official suitable replacement of Swerve Strickland, and Swerve Strickland's position as leader of Hitman. That's the way that should have happened, in my honest opinion. So the company is now currently expanding its various fields, and now it seems WWE is now hiring for quite a few high-ranking positions, as revealed below. And remember, guys, Solo Sikoa did say he wanted a singles run. Well, why would they call him to the main roster and have him to the bloodline? Why would they do that? When he should have been staying in NXT as North American Champion, and should have had Carmelo Hayes called up instead. That would have made more sense than calling up Solo Sikoa. I mean, I'm just saying. Just throwing it out there. And it's good to see him in the bloodline and all, but I just think what I just said would have made more sense. Call Carmelo Hayes up, build him up, so he can be the next leader of Hit Row. That's the way it should have happened. That's the way it should have occurred, man. So, as part of this new revamped company, WWE is hiring for a new CVP, customer growth. I don't know what the fuck that is, but this person will be reporting to the EVP of marketing. The CVO, just don't hire fucking Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks as EVPs. Holy shit. Them councils of WWE talents shitting on Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks as EVPs. And there'll be a lot of geeks out there breaking down Kenny Omega, doubting him, saying Kenny Omega is not a good professional wrestler. Kenny Omega is an a-hole. Kenny Omega is a... No, we don't need to be saying that. Relax. Relax, man. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks got what they deserve. They got their suspensions. Leave it at that. We don't need people saying too many negative things about the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega. They got their punishment. We don't need them getting even more punishment. Same goes for CM Punk, even though CM Punk was in it for political reasons. But anyways, the SVP of customer growth is responsible for the creation and delivery of the company acquisition, retention, loyalty, and value creation strategy across the Dota universe. The role is highly target driven to acquire new global audience, re-engage viable known audience. We need better audience. We don't need audience walking away from. If there's audience legitimately walking out, then that means the shows suck and they need to get better. And that means the matches need to be booked right. The shows need to be produced and written right. Anyways, acquire new global audience, re-engage viable known audience, support content, franchises, premium live events. That's what PLE stands for, premium live events. Develop and execute paid strategies with selected platforms. Develop strong and valuable partner relations across fan Activision. Speaking of Activision, god damn, Activision needs to fix their fucking Call of Duty games. Their games are so awful, man. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War and Warzone may be one of the worst fucking games that I've ever fucking played. Seriously. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War has so many bugs, so many buffs, nerfs, and so many freaking hackers in the game. It's not even fun. Why do you think I stopped playing it? Don't be surprised if I start back playing it again and I start back getting killed again, trying to get a kill, getting killed again twice. I haven't played Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War for 12 months. Literally, for 12 months I haven't played that game. That's how fucking garbage that game is. Excuse my language. But develop strong and valuable partner relationships across fan divisions, e-commerce, and NFTs. I'm not sure what that stands for. Grow in commerce and partner revenue opportunities. Assist commercial and revenue partnerships in planning and execution. Commercial shit. They need to fucking lower the commercials on SmackDown and give us commercial free. Stop with these. Stop giving us fucking 6-7 commercials every fucking Friday nights on SmackDown. Enough of that shit. And I bet they do the same thing with Monday Night Raw. Given that Monday Night Raw's 3 hours, SmackDown's 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? The company is also hiring for VP athletes, and this role will be reporting to EVP marketing. Yeah, right. Yeah, sure thing. I don't even want to hear the word EVPs because 3 EVPs got fucking suspended from AEW. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not trying to hear it, man. I'm not trying to fucking hear it. Seriously. Holy fucking shit. Oh, and it says here, another list. It says here, acquire new audiences for each broadcaster, identify new areas for talent, and brand integrations across all athletes' platforms, re-engage valuable known audience influences athlete life cycles to ensure a strong WWE presence. Sounds like the same information I just read. Support content framing live events with bespoke plans, network, plan and extra activations for athlete audiences at selected events, especially commercial revenue partnerships and planning and execution where required. Be an effective leader and a member of marketing leadership. WWE is also hiring for a VIP in marketing operations. This person will be supporting EVP marketing. It says here, end quote, the VP will support the EVP marketing and the entire marketing organization. You will play a key role in leading, designing, delivering, evangelizing, I don't know what the fuck this word is, a comprehensive program of change to ensure the impact of their marketing is globally optimized and maximized, I guess. The position would interface with key leaders and partners across WWE to build and execute strategic plans for all marketing authorized. End quote. I'm sorry, my English may not be good all the time. But WWE is also looking for a producer in vertical video. Specifically, WWE is seeking a creative, skilled vertical video producer to produce content for emerging platforms such as TikTok and Instagram Reels. Now, this position will play a key creative role within WWE media, innovating across multiple platforms on a day-to-day basis to deliver timely, quality, and industry-leading content. So, I guess we will have to see who lands those big job opportunities. WWE is sure a place where someone can see a lot of advancement. Now that Triple H is in charge. If Vince McMahon and Bruce is in charge, they wouldn't be saying that on this article. They'll be saying something totally different. I mean, let's be honest. But it can also be an incredibly unpredictable place to work as well. Well, yeah, it'd be a difficult place to work with Vince McMahon and Bruce in charge, not with Triple H in charge. What's your take on this hiring spree, folks? Please let me know in the live chat below. Let me know in the comments below when the stream ends. I just got a notification that Fightful is live. Oh boy, I wonder what Fightful has to say. Anyways, moving on to the next news. Man. So there is some news on WWE taking photos of MJF and Finn Balor's Demon King body paint. I don't know why this article is written. I don't even know why they put this on here, man. I don't ask me. Essentially, that MJF worked hard to establish himself as one of the most controversial and talked about talents in a long time. The salt of the earth is second to none when it comes to cutting a promo. Yeah, he is good with his promos. Really, really good. And good at what he does in the ring as well. MJF recently reviewed the original plans WWE had for him. MJF recently appeared for an interview with Bristol Wrestling, where he discussed a variety of topics. He exposed his negotiations with Tony Khan and also reviewed his WWE when he was 18 years old. New development, folks. That's something we didn't know about. None of us knew about. I don't even think JD knew about this. MJF discussed his interaction with stars like Finn Balor and John Cena. MJF started off by giving his flowers to John Cena's "Never Give Up" quote. He revealed the first time he met John Cena, MJF was doing extra for WWE when they painted him up and took a photo of him. They wanted to see how the paint would look like before going live. Folks, I'm going to warn you, take this news as a grain of salt. I don't know if it's real or not. It kind of sounds real to me, so, from reading it. MJF was quite literally the paint dummy for Finn Balor. After the paint and photo session, MJF went to wash off his paint, where he somewhat looked like Darby Allin. You gotta be kidding me with this fucking story. That's when John Cena walked in and made a comment on his interesting look. Says, and I quote, "In the words of one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, John Cena never gave up. I met him one time. It was back in the day. I was 18. I was doing extra work for WWE and they wanted to paint me up like a Finn Balor because they were trying to figure out what paint should I look like or should look like for the show. So they painted me up. They took a photo of me. Finn Balor comes into the room. He was like, yeah, this is good. And I was like, this is wow. Like, what a wild contempt interaction. Couldn't you guys just like did a Marq training like a cartoon. I was quite literally the paint dummy for Finn Balor, so I leave the room and I wash off as much of it as I can, but obviously I'm doing work, so I showed up in a suit. So the only thing I was wearing was dress pants and dress shoes. Basically, I looked like Darby Allin, and you never want us to look like Darby Allin. So obviously, Cena looked at me, and he was like, interesting clothes. And I said, thank you, Cena. And I walked away, and that was our interaction. End quote. So that's what MJF said. So if those photos of MJF and Finn Balor body ain't ever surfaced, then it will be a great day for the internet. If anything, fans now have a new holy grail of photography that they can search for. I don't even know why I read the story. This was a waste of time. NGL will be challenging the winner of Justice League versus Danielson, Bryan Danielson, at AEW Grand Slam this week. Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson will be a great match, but let's be honest, the right decision would have been Jon Moxley versus Chris Jericho. Just because Chris Jericho's a heel, Jon Moxley's babyface. Dave Bryan's babyface. Jon Moxley's babyface. You have a top babyface versus top babyface. I just don't think it makes sense to me. I'm sorry. I just don't. So let's see if MJF will become the champion or not. We'll find out for weeks to come, man. So what's y'all's take on this story? This useless story that I read. It was a waste of time. I don't know why. I don't know why I did it. I don't know why I read it to you guys. So there's some news on Nathan Frazier we're going to go over. And I got some news coming out of AEW. Well, and we're going to go over that news here in just a minute. So Nathan Frazier seemingly confirms his relationship with WWE NXT stuff. So Frazier spent time honing his craft on the now defunct NXT UK brand for WWE. His career is up in the career, but not his love life. So, according to his Twitter and Instagram accounts, Frazier likely confirmed his romance with NXT's own Thea Hall. A photo showed the couple posing at Universal's Island of Adventure in Orlando, Florida. Frazier has his arm around Hale with his hand on her shoulder. Hale pressed her outstretched hand against his lower chest. So the photograph showed Hale and Frazier in great spirits while a Harry Potter inspired castle looms behind them. Frazier captioned the sweet moment between the two. Says, and I quote, "Still haven't seen any of the movies." Frazier and Hale have each retweeted posts from each other's Twitter pages. This week has been the two have been photographed together in public. Frazier came into wrestling in 2018 as Benjamin Carter and appeared in several independent promotions, and AEW before signing with WWE in 2020. He was initially presented as Ben Carter before taking on the new ring name Frazier. Hall also appeared on the Indies as Nikita Knight and made a couple of appearances in AEW before joining WWE last April. Congrats to the new couple, and I hope for the best for them. And I hope you guys hope for the best for them as well. Considering that I've been getting follows from fake Thea Hall accounts on Instagram. I don't know why, but what do you guys think of all this? Let me know in the comments below. I'm going to change the music a little bit because it's getting coming. I'm sure this music is getting on y'all's nerves right now. Alright. Change different. Alright. So, Johnny Gargano reportedly wants a piece of Rey Mysterio. I don't know why. That's what it says here. There is some news on Swerve Strickland. Some important news on Swerve Strickland. I mean, it ain't that important, but it's a little bit important. So Swerve Strickland is one half of the AEW World Tag Team Champions and has certainly proved to be entertaining, alongside his partner Keith Lee. However, he did not have a great time in NXT. Strickland was known as Isaiah Swerve Scott in NXT and eventually became part of Hit Row for many years. He was the only good thing there. So following his release from WWE in late 2021, Swerve Strickland officially signed with All Elite Wrestling at the Revolution pay-per-view earlier this year. While speaking with Renee, John Moxley's should I say John Moxley's girlfriend, Renee Paquette. Renee Paquette. Strickland talked about his time in WWE. Strickland revealed that he felt ignored during his time in NXT. It says here, it's interesting to see that people had that thought about me. Like, I was on the up and up in NXT and was like, oh man, you're getting a lot of success. But at the same time, at the time, he says, there was no chatter about me in NXT at all, because for the first year, I felt like I was just like a good hand to have. That's also what built up a lot of that resentment that was starting to build a little bit, because I put over the Leah Rushes, I put Cameron Grimes over, I put the Santos Escobars, I put over the Bronson Reeds, the Austin Theories. I kept putting all these people over. Even when MSK first came in, their debut was against me, and I put them over. I put Leon Ruff over. So it was just like, okay, I had a couple of conversations with Triple H. I'm like, when am I going to be your guy? What is it going to take for me to be your guy? You question that. Now, I had 3 Pacific conversations with him. I'll never forget them that I always push the envelope for. I even texted him one day. I was like, can I have a conversation with you? He said, is there anything that you can talk to Matt Bloom about? I was like, no. He was like, okay. I would stare holes in him all day at production. I wanted him to feel the heat that I was like layering on him. Finally, when we did have a conversation, I'm like, what is your hesitation putting the ball in my head? He gave me like the answers that kind of felt like they were repetitious answers from this person asking him, and the one before. I was like, okay, I got it. So I knew keep tapping that egg wasn't going to work. So I'm like, okay, here's me. I got to be creative. I got to think again. So I went to Shawn Michaels, and Shawn Michaels started really sitting down, having hour-long tape studies, just me and him, no distractions, not in the middle of TV day. It's just me and him in the office. We were watching me and Matt Riddle from Defy Wrestling. We're watching PCW Ultra stuff from LA. We were watching other stuff and like, okay, I want to watch what got you here. Why are you here? That's the person I want to see. That's what turned everything around for me. So it took like a year of doing all that stuff to get that, to get to that point, to be able to do that, to have that equity, to even get that conversation, that open window. Then it was just like, okay, cool. And that's where it started really turning around. That's where my hair color started changing. They put the grills in my mouth and all the other stuff. I really started dabbing into the hip hop field of things. Me and Bronson had another TV match. Jonah and we just went at it because I felt like Triple H didn't feel like I was intense enough. I was like, okay, so we just beat the crap out of each other. Boom, had a banger. That's when the light bulb went off for them. Then Stephanie McMahon came up and said, "You're like my favorite heel. You're my favorite heel here." And then everything just kind of whirlwinds and went up from there. End quote. That was from Swerve Strickland. You know, Isaiah Swerve Scott in NXT and on the main roster. Yeah. Strickland and Keith Lee are set to defend their AEW Tag Team Championships at Dynamite Grand Slam this Wednesday against the Acclaimed. And we have to see whether they'll be able to retain their titles or not. What do you guys think of the story? Let me know in the comment below. Now that I have given you guys WWE news coming into this week, and what was I going to say? Now that I've given you the WWE news coming out yesterday and coming into today, now I'm going to give you some of the AEW news coming out of yesterday and coming into today. My mouth is so fucking dry, yo. I really gotta eat something because I feel dizzy. All right, guys. We're gonna start with the news on Tony Khan. There's a lot of news on him, so we're gonna go over that. So Tony Khan was criticized for not being a good leader for AEW. Well, no shit. No shit, man. He needs to do his fucking job right sometimes. Sometimes he does his job right, sometimes he doesn't. Here, the AEW president, Tony Khan, is very passionate about pro wrestling, and that is without question. However, Khan has the tendency of saying some very bizarre things that land him in trouble with the public eye. Sounds to me like that's not good. The company also had a lot of drama involving CM Punk. On top of that, there were even more backstage issues with Thunder Rosa, Eddie Kingston, and Sammy Guevara. CM Punk's gaffing rant after All Out and his subsequent backstage brawl further made a mess of things. While speaking on an episode of Monday Mailbag, Mike Chioda called out Khan's manner of dealing with AEW and criticized his leadership skills. He says, and I quote, "Tony Khan's leader. It doesn't seem like he leads. He doesn't need to be on every podcast. He needs to be behind the scenes more." End quote. So, that seems true. I mean, I believe him. We will have to wait and see how AEW will be able to rectify its current ongoing backstage issues. Tony Khan sure has a lot of things to tweak regarding his company's backstage environment, like getting rid of those Ring of Honor championships off of AEW television and start using them on Ring of Honor television. Too many titles, too many rosters. Way too many factions in AEW, man. Something needs to be done. Something. Do you guys think Tony lacks leadership skills? I think he does. In some way, sometimes I think he does, man. Not all the time. Let me know what you think. So, AEW Grand Slam is close to hitting 1 million in ticket sales. So, Dynamite Grand Slam is one of the most anticipated shows from the while. Tony Khan still feels that WWE booked events, especially to challenge AEW All Out. The company is still winning in tail tickets. I said tail tickets. Tail tickets. That's how you know how to eat something. I don't even know what I'm saying. So, AEW All Out, the company is still winning in ticket sales. That's what I'm trying to say. Tony Khan took to Twitter in order to reveal that AEW Dynamite Grand Slam is very close to reaching the 1 million gate. This is historically relevant as this is the first time Dynamite show will reach the landmark ever. So it says here, and I quote, surpassed 2021. AEW Grand Slam Gate now so close to the first 1 million AEW gate after 3 straight pay-per-views, hitting 1 million for the first time. I promise you, you won't want to miss Grand Slam Supercard and maybe something up my sleeve live on TBS plus tickets, end quote. So that's what Tony Khan tweeted out and said on Twitter. Khan also teased a surprise he has for the fans. Tony Khan always likes to bring a little extra to the table, and he keeps it hidden until it's played out in these shows. The tickets for the show are available on AEWTix.com. Tix is spelled T-I-X. So, AEWTix.com. Now, Grand Slam is packed with high-stakes matches. John Michael battle Dane Bryson for the AEW Championship. Tony Storm defends the AEW Women's Championship against Britt Baker, Serena Deeb, and Athena. I think Jamie Hayter should have been in this match. I really do think she deserves another opportunity after Britt Baker broke up the pin from her. I don't understand why Jamie Hayter wasn't added to this match, wasn't put in the match. But anyways, so we got Tony defending against Britt Baker, Serena Deeb, and Athena in a fatal 4-way match. So, for Dynamite Grand Slam, we have on the card for Dynamite Grand Slam anyway. We have the AEW Championship match between Jon Moxley and Daniel Bryan. We have the AEW Women's Championship match, Toni Storm versus Britt Baker versus Serena Deeb versus Athena. Swerve in Our Glory versus Quen. Claudio Castagnoli versus Chris Jericho for the Ring of Honor World Championship. And Pac versus Orange Cassidy for the All-Atlantic Championship. Another match that doesn't make sense. They're both babyface. Why don't you book a babyface versus babyface? You see what I'm saying? All right, the card for Rampage, folks. Spoiler alert, we have Hook and Action Bronson versus 2.0. Eddie Kingston versus Sammy Guevara. AEW TBS Championship match between Jade Cargill and DeMonte. And DeMonte, I can see DeMonte losing to Jade Cargill, you know, giving that her girlfriend, Kiera Hogan, is in that faction. I don't know. We may see Kiera Hogan turn on Jade Cargill. You never know. You got Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Starks. Again, another rematch. Another rematch. Ray Phoenix versus Jungle Boy. Sting and Darby Allin versus House of Black. Another rematch on Elevation or on Rampage. The only 3 rematches that are on Rampage are Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Starks and Sting and Darby Allin versus House of Black. And then we got the Golden Ticket Battle Royal. Lance Archer versus Jay Lethal versus Penta El Zaro Miedo versus Heyman Page and more names. So that's the card for the Rampage Grand Slam show. Let me know your thoughts on the card for Dynamite Grand Slam and Rampage Grand Slam in the live chat. And let me know in the comments below when the stream ends. Whatever it goes. It's not gonna, I got more to give out before I get out of here. Get ready for work here in the minute. Like as soon as I end the stream for work. So Adam Cole and Tony Khan were reportedly spotted hanging out at Jacksonville Jaguars game. If that's not Adam Cole is getting close to making to his return from injury, then I don't know what else to tell you. Adam Cole and Tony Khan are 2 good friends. They may showcase that they have creative differences on screen. I wonder what Adam Cole has to say about Britt Baker tweeting out shit about Thunder Rosa sandbagging her and shit, claiming that she was sandbagging. I wonder what Adam Cole has to say about Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks and CM Punk's suspension. I don't know what he has to say about all the other guys that got suspended for in AEW for that backstage brawl. Pat Buck, Christopher Daniels, Ace Steel, and or not Ace Steel, Pat Buck, Christopher Daniels, Nakazawa, all seemingly got their suspensions lifted. Now, why would they lift their suspensions? I don't know. Maybe because they were trying to break up the fight. That's why. Now, if they were lifting up their suspensions because of that, then I completely understand. It only makes sense, man. I like how people try to criticize and say MJF was in the fight. No, he's not. You fucking versions in the community. MJF was not in the fucking fight. He was the witness of the writing or of the backstage brawl. He was the witness, not a fucking suspect. He was not in the fucking media scrum when this brawl happened. He witnessed it. Just thought I'd let you guys know that. These versions in the community think otherwise. That they, everything else was in the fight, man. I mean, clearly you don't see the Punk got beat. No. He was a witness. He was not involved in the fucking fight. And I thought how odd it was that Adam Page never got fucking suspended. Because he was there when it happened. So how did he not get fucking suspended? I don't get it. I don't get that. That's confusing. Fuck Coke the Banner. Never mind him. I don't even want to mention his name. So, Adam Cole and Tony Khan hung out in Jacksonville, Florida, where the Jacksonville Jaguars pick up their first win of the 2022 NFL regular season. Fulham FC also emerged victorious in a Premier League match against Nottingham Forest, I guess. Tony Khan talked about this moment through this Twitter account, and he also had a chance to plug AEW Grand Slam. It says, and I quote, after a great AEW Dynamite with our biggest viewership in 51 weeks, ahead of Grand Slam Wednesday, plus Fulham FC with a great away win Friday. Plus, Jaguars winning our home opener 24-0 yesterday. Plus, seeing Adam Cole afterwards, it was maybe the best work I've had. Thanks to all of you, end quote. TK also tweeted this with an image of Cole and himself outside of TIAA Bank Field, the home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Cole's being out of action since AEW X New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door crossover pay-per-view event back on June the 26th, 2022. The show saw Cole suffer a concussion. The featherweight match of the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship had a rough finish as Cole ducked a rainmaker from Boujii, or Okada, from Okada. I'm just going to call him Okada because his last name's confusing. So Cole ducked a rainmaker from Okada. Jay White then hit Okada while Cole was on the mat. Not to mention, Okada's last name is a Japanese last name, so I'm not pronouncing it. Nah, you won't hear me mention Okada's last name. You won't hear that from me. No, you hear that from someone else. Cole did appear on the August the 3rd episode of Dynamite to turn on the Young Bucks. He was joined by Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish in this turn of events. A couple of days before this turn, he appeared on Wrestle Buddies and updated people on his health. He did update people on his health, and it says, and I quote, this is from Adam Cole, this is what he said. He said, I'm doing okay. I'm definitely on the path, on the track to recover for sure. I have a great team around me. That's helping me, making sure that I'm taken care of to the best of my ability. AEW has been fantastic as far as making sure I got the right care that I deserve. I meant to say get, but it's okay. At least I'm reading it right. I feel like I'm progressing and moving forward every single week. End quote. Adam Cole is an inaugural part of the AEW roster. And pretty much Undisputed Era was his faction. And his return would bring the faction back, but not with Bobby Fish, since he left the company. Cole still knows how to do storytelling with great quality. Hopefully this is a sign that Adam Cole's AEW return is coming soon. This is a sign. I just fucking said it in the fucking stream. Did you guys not hear me? Did you guys not hear me say, if this fucking story, if this fucking news is any indication, to anybody, if this is not any indication to anybody that Adam Cole's making his return to AEW, then something's wrong. Sounds like an indication to me. I fucking love it. fucking great to hear that I'll be back soon. Adam Cole, baby! Boom! What? Yeah! Okay, let me stop. Do you guys miss Adam Cole in AEW? Let me know in the freaking live chat. I miss Adam Cole. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Been out for very long, man. It's time for him to come back now. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody in the community say it's been time for him to come back. I wouldn't be surprised. So there's news on the AEW ranking system. Uh-oh. AEW toning down their ranking, man. I don't know if they would be fucking doing that. I don't know how and why. I don't think it makes sense. I mean, is it that important? Not really. But it's a little important. Especially for the people who are getting more TV time. AEW has certainly gone through a lot of changes since its inception back in 2019. It tried to be an alternative to Dorada's product, and it has largely succeeded in that regard. That being said, one unique factor for the company is about to see a lot less love. One of the best things AEW initially introduced was their ranking system and how they actually I guess they actually made sure that wins and losses mattered in the company. Something keeps cutting me off. I don't know what it is. However, that is a thing of the past now. Fans have noticed how the company has not been taking into account wins and losses as much anymore. According to Dave Meltzer on the Ladies Wrestling Observer Radio, listen up, folks. AEW is toning down on using the ranking system in general now. Can you guys believe that AEW is legitimately toning down on using the ranking system in general now? Why would they be doing that? Why? What's the reason they're doing this now? Going into 2023, man. I don't get it, man. I'm lost with that. So the company has a lot of bad press over the past couple of months due to their backstage issues. The cycle after AEW All Out didn't do them any favors either. So I guess we'll have to see how the company will bounce back from all this. The story seemed a little bit interesting to go over. All right. So the last news I have for the day, guys, is on Tony Khan. So Tony claims that AEW Grand Slam will be unlike anything the company has done before. There have been a lot of changes since then, especially since last year. So Tony Khan did make an interesting claim recently as well. The company will be holding a Grand Slam event on AEW Dynamite week. The show will be amening the author Ash Stadium and Flushing, and fans are certainly excited about it. Rightfully so. They have the right to be excited about it. AEW produces some of the best shows that they've ever produced, man. While speaking on News 12, AEW President Tony Khan claimed that the upcoming AEW Grand Slam event this week will be unlike anything they have done before. He says, and I quote, "Yeah, big time. It's going to be really special. You don't want to miss this one. If there's still opportunity for you to come night around New York, pretty much you do not want to miss this. It is going to be, I believe, you guys seen Wayne's World 2. This is going to be my Wayne stock. I've been through a lot lately, and we've got through a lot. I'm telling you, it's going to come together. This is going to Wayne stock. It's going to be that one perfect night in New York City this Wednesday night. It's 7th lot, and you shall not be disappointed." End quote. The show is headlined by Daniel Bryan and John Moxley to crown the new AEW AEW World Champion in the main event. I just went over that. We know that. So I guess we'll see who in the end, or rather Tony Khan's claim will come true or not. We'll have to wait until Dynamite gets here, man. Which Dynamite will be tomorrow. So. Well, folks, that's gonna do it. I'm getting the hell out of here. You can tell I'm tired, man. Just by my stuttering, you can tell I'm tired. I think I'm running out of energy. Just giving you guys all this news. I mean, all this news I gave you sounds important, man. This is pretty much the end of the AEW Dark Elevation watch along, and this is pretty much the end of me giving you guys the AEW news coming out yesterday and going into today. So I hope you guys enjoyed hearing the news. If you did, hit thumbs up. Hit thumbs up on the stream, man. Let's at least get 8 likes on the stream, man. Minimum. I really appreciate it. Since we have 434 subscribers now. And thank you to the new subscribers. Subscribe to the channel. Let's keep on getting more new subscribers, man. The more subscribers, the more audience, the more better my channel gets, man. The more views, the more better my channel also gets. I just gotta work on my talking a little bit. I'm still working on it, man. I've been practicing. I've been working on it. I mean, it's not going to be easy. Given that I'm autistic, it ain't going to be easy. But I'll get better. Anyways, guys, it's 3:31. I'm going to go ahead and as soon as I end the stream, I'm going to go ahead and rush up, get dressed for work, so I can eat and have something to drink, because I absolutely rightfully deserve something to eat and something to drink, because this was a long stream. So, but it was worth it for you guys to hear the news, the AEW news. It was very important, especially the news on Tony Khan and all this news on Swerve Strickland and the ranking system and all this stuff. And the hiring positions in WWE, I guess they're rehiring. So, like I said, if you guys have any questions, comment it in the comments below. Don't comment it in the live chat, because I'm getting ready to end the stream. I'm getting the hell out of here. Thank you for joining the live chat for me to give you all the dirty